Good morning and welcome back to Japan Soul Traveler. Today I think it's time for me to talk to you about one of the most beautiful places all over Japan that I visit, unfortunately only twice, but it is really a jewel, and it's not always taken to the right consideration while you plan a trip. So today I will talk to you about Kamakura. Kamakura is a small village, a small town, very close to Tokyo. It's about 1 hour train from Tokyo, so it's a trip you can take within one day, so you don't have to stay there or put an extra effort there to arrange a night. The thing is, the city is usually renowned for being one of the first capital of Japan. And while there are other places like Nara or I don't know, Nikko, which are again very popular and you tend to go there, Kamakura, I don't know why, seems to be a little more ignored. So I urge you to go there, and this is why. First of all, when you visit Kamakura, you often are suggested to visit a little place very close to Kamakura, which is called Enoshima. Enoshima is heaven. I went there, I think in 2012, and it was a very sunny day in November, so it wasn't cold at all. It was a brilliant blue sky, and I arrived there and you see the ocean, the beach and the seaside, and while you walk around the area, you see these very traditional houses, the very traditional shops, and you feel like you are plunging in a very different Japan, in an ancient Japan, maybe the one you dreamed about in the first place. You walk there and then you reach a bridge that is a kind of a pier, and you walk along the bridge, and at the end of the walk you turn your head, and there, magnificent and magical, is Mount Fuji. Wow. It's an amazing view. I will post a picture because it's something that you will not believe. It's so powerful until you are there, because you really don't imagine that you can see the Fuji from there. At least I didn't, and it was a huge surprise for me. And because it's amazing, the contrast between this ancient mountain, this volcano, and the sea, the blue sea. So again, magic. When you come back to reality and you decide to move from the bridge, you can have a walk to the rest of the town with an amazing Shinto shrine on the top of a long stairwalks. And then when you decided that it's time to move on, and I'm not so sure this will happen soon, then you can take your way back to Kamakura. So when you arrive to Kamakura, you are welcomed in one of the very common stations that you will find all over Japan. And from there you have two options. The first one is to start the visits of the town, so go around in all the temples and the shrines that you can possibly find. And the other one is to take a walk in one of, maybe for me, one of the nicest commercial roads that you will find in the area, which is very close to the station. So let's say you want to start with the temples and keep the shopping last. Of course, there is an infinity of temples in Kamakura, and I won't talk to you about all of these. There are plenty of guides and plenty of suggested routes that you can take according to the will you have to walk and the strength you find, the weather, because if it's very hot, of course, you won't be so enthusiastic about walking all over Kamakura. But I can remember at least 2 amazing temples and shrines there, plus a multitude of Zen temples there with their amazing, again I will post a picture or a video if I find it, with amazing bamboo forests and with amazing silent little woods with some cemeteries spread around there, and you fall into different dimensions. You fall in another time, in another era, or in another spirit actually, because it's silent. You can only see yourself walking and thinking. If you walk there in summer, for example, you will only hear the sound of cicadas singing, and I don't know, it's a different dimension. There are, however, two places that stuck with me most. One is a typical Buddhist temple, and the other one is actually it's a very particular kind of religious building. It is the Hachimangu, and this is a particular place because Hachiman was a very peculiar kami. So the Yasadera is not so close to the station, so you may need to find a bus there, but it's totally worth it. Today I have trouble with the focus, but it's totally worth it, I promise. It's one of the most ancient places here. It's a huge complex, so once you get there you will have to enter through the gates, and then you can walk in different areas of the place. For example, you can go to the main building in the front area, and then you can take a stair that will lead you to a smaller building which is consecrated to Jizo, and there you will find the peculiar area because it's the setting for the Mitsuko Kuyo, which are the memorial rites for aborted fetuses. From there you can go still upstairs, and you will find the most beautiful place of all, with 3 buildings all together with huge statues of Kanon Bodhisattva, which is one of the most beloved Bodhisattva because it's a savior. It's a lovely savior that will help all human beings, actually all living beings, to achieve nirvana. So when you are there, of course, you are in a very uphill position, and you will see all the city, and you will see the seaside in the background, and it's really a lovely place to stay and to explore because it's really huge, and you have a variety of different small halls that dot the area. The second place I mentioned is the Hachimangu. This is again a particular place because Hachiman is a particular deity, and it's a very long story, so maybe I will post some link in the description to let you know more about it. And it's much more characterized in a Shinto way, in that you have a huge, immense torii when you enter, loads of red over there, loads of different small shrines, and all the area again is spread across the stairway that will lead you from the entrance to the main hall, to the main building. And you will also find, like in lots of different temples and shrines in Japan, you will find a little place, a little area dedicated, consecrated to Inari Okami. So when you are there, you will probably be tired because of course you've been walking all the day. But it really is a thing to see the difference between a place like Hasedera and a place like Hachimangu, because you can really see how these two main religions interacted there. There is still one place that you can't miss if you go visit Kamakura, and that place is the statue of the Great Buddha. Again, it's not very close to the other attraction, so you may need to take a bus, and again it's totally worth it because when you go there it really is something, and you walk there and you walk the little stairs that you have, and you find yourself under this peaceful, enormous, in a way warm statue of a Buddha meditating. So you are there, and again it's like you are jumping in a complete different dimension, and again there's silence, and again it's like you find some secret that nobody else knows. Of course it's not true, but that's the feeling when you go there. Finally, you will probably need to go back, and so I suggest you now, if you need to, I don't know, eat, drink or buy some omiyage or some presents, to visit the commercial street I mentioned before. I will look for the name correctly, and I will post a link in the description. You will see a lot of places like this in Japan, let alone Tokyo, but in, I don't know, in Hiroshima, in Kyoto, in a lot of different, even smaller city, you will find a commercial street like this one. Of course, this for me was a very beloved street, because from the station the first shop you find is Miyazaki's store. That's worth the trip. So I was happy. You could have left me there. There are also a lot of more traditional shops, as you would like, chopstick shops or fabric shops, and you will have a lovely memory of the place that you can bring home with you. So thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I talk to you soon. Bye.